All right, a very good afternoon. Welcome to BERT St Clair Oval, round 7 of the BRL Premier competition coming up, and we've got a battle of the heavyweights, the top of the table clash, the Normanby Hounds taking on the Wynnum Juniors. We're just going to head over straight to a couple of coaches' pre-game interviews, and we'll be back with you shortly. Cameron Aker, John Devine and Taylor Brown with you. BRL TV here with Wynnum coach Darren Ferricks, mate. Top of the table clash this afternoon, big one for your guys, and I suppose a good test as well coming up.
Yeah, it is, mate. We've been building slowly. Obviously, we're not where we want to be. Defensively, last week was a better defensive effort. We just want to be really good with the footy today. We haven't been, our completion rates have been pretty poor, but we're still getting the win, so that's a pleasing part. But yeah, we've got a tough game today. Really looking forward to a good challenge.
Now, you spoke about that defence last week. It must have been a big plus for you, keeping the Valley side to 0 and your side obviously scoring 20, but that 0 must have been the most important thing, I suppose.
Yeah, it was, mate. Like, we did go into that game for having a focus on our defence, and we did that, and you know, our missed tackles were very clean around the ruck, and that's what got us the win. But today we just need to obviously complete, because if we don't, Normanby, as we know, hasn't lost the game yet. They will obviously take their chances and will dish us up if we don't have a good performance.
And finally, mate, Normanby, obviously, as you said, they're a tough side. They're not top of the pile for no reason. Have you done a bit of work on them in any areas where you think you can get on top of them?
No, mainly the first of the year is focused on ourselves, but I coached out South a couple of years ago, and the whole team, I've coached them, and they're really good guys. They work really hard, just competitors, and they're 1%ers. They're good out and clean out. So yeah, we just got to obviously make sure we're really putting a lot of pressure on them. If not, they'll obviously, you know, they'll get the result.
Mate, should be an absolute ripper. As always, we appreciate your time here on BRL TV. Thank you, mate, and all the best.
Hey, cheers. Thanks, mate.
It doesn't get any better than this top of the table clash. It doesn't get any better than this top of the table clash. Two sides undefeated. You're at home. That's probably about the only advantage, I would think.
Yeah, mate. We've got a bit of a home ground advantage. Obviously, we know which way the sun's going to set and which way the wind's going to go. That's about it, mate. No, it is. It's been looking forward to this one for a while. I know Darren from back in the Rockhampton days as well, so I've watched him come through the ranks there, and good coach, and I know that they'll be well prepared.
You happy with the bye last week? A few things to fix up, because you had a lot of players play chairmans as well.
Yeah, we did, mate. We had, I think with the week when we played at home last time, we did 4 hamstrings. So, and I think that was just a combination of a lot of football through that the Champions round and the week before, and then another tough game, you know, against here. So, yeah, I think the bye came right at the right time for us. Let's see how the momentum sort of flows after it.
Aliana Murray's the skipper, but the man I want to talk about is actually his replacement sometimes when Aliana drops back to 30, and that's young Trapp. Very versatile player and very elusive. How do you know when to send him in?
Yeah, look, Mason's actually going to start today.
Okay.
He's been playing really good football, and he's a young character, and he's obviously Papua New Guinea, and he's as tough as nails, and I just really like his no nonsense. He asks you for feedback, and he asks you what I can do better, and he's going a long way, and you know, he's only 3'2", but he's one of those players, and I think that's how the game sort of changed now, is that the smaller guys are coming into their own with the leg speed and the fitness through the middle of the park. So hopefully he can carry on what he's been doing. You know, there's no reason for him not to.
Now, I spoke to you at the start of the season here. You have aged a little bit, Wayne. That was probably something to do with you actually let sides have a bit of a start, and you've got to try and run them down. It's obviously not the plan. You must feel very happy that the game's not over until the 80th minute for you guys.
Yeah, mate. Look, I've aged a lot. No, look, it's. I'll try to smile, mate. Don't worry. No, look, it's one of those things that you know, we don't want teams to jump out, but sometimes it's a wake-up call for our boys, and. What I like is that we are in the game right up to the 80th minute. I think there's 2 games where Jacob Tonji's caught a ball on the line and scored tries to get us out of the hole. And if you're looking across the actual whole competition, you know, Karina lost a couple on the bow, Wynnum won a couple on the bow. So it just shows you how strong the comp is, and anyone will beat anyone on the day. You have a look at a couple of those results from last weekend. You know, 70-0, Balimba, like Western Balimba, and. You know, and Karina getting beat, you know, by the Roosters. It's fantastic football, like it really is.
Mate, all the best this afternoon, mate. And it's going to be at home. Should be an absolute beauty. One of these sides will be on top. Might be the Hounds. There you go.
Mate, that's it, eh? That's football.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. There we go. Two very nervous coaches. Neither of them have been in the losing position. My name's John Vine. Joining me is Cameron Ankin. On the sideline, we've got Taylor Brown here, but we're going to go through the team list to start with Cam. If we want to get started off with the Wynnum Manly side. The Wynnum Manly side, yes, they won every game. They played their bye. Every team has played their bye pretty much, except for 3 sides in the bottom 4. But anyway, here's the team list as we go through. Beg your pardon. The team list as we go through the Seagulls, mate.
Yeah, the back Dane Spencer, and on the wings, Trenery and Brandon Jaconia. Centres are Lenny Magee and Tom Metcalf, and the halves pairing of Aaron Booth and Kyle Coghill. A front row, Corey Davis, Savanta here, and Nafota Malatoa. Hartland Collins, Kalipi Falkafa, and James Robinson is the back row, and a bench of Kobe Martin, AJ Timavavi, Simi Fatafe, and Ben Koshilone. So we head over to the Normanby side, as John said, top of the table clash. A couple of nervous coaches and a strong side here for Normanby.
Yeah, Bowie in the back there. Jack Smith, the top try scorer in the BRL competitions on the wing. Godfrey and Booth. Booth goes back in the centre. Ranka Hoona is on the other wing. The form player from mine of the season so far is Lachlan Cooper at 6 with James at halfback. Sam Gardel is named at number 8, but he won't be starting coming off the bench. Aliana Murrah and Melville in the front row. Jacob Tunge moves into the second row with Wolski. Mason Trapp comes on to the lock forward and starts going. Williams, Uia and Kernoth and Fogle are the players on the bench. And as we mentioned on the sideline, we've got none other than Taylor Brown, who's going to be, we'll cross to him during the game here, and we'll, Taylor, mate, what do you make of these two sides?
Mate, I'm very excited for both of these sides for this top of the table clash here. As you mentioned, a couple of nervous coaches, but I feel like this is going to be some really cracking football and a good level for either side, whoever gets the points today.
As always in the BRL, 2 minutes before kick-off, we have got team changes, so something not unusual, Taylor. Your tip, mate, as you see the Seagulls run out?
Look, I really think Normanby are going to get it done today. I just, as you said, Lachlan Cooper, the Form 6 of the competition so far, and I've been very impressed with their middle work as well. So I think Normanby will get the chocolates today, but one thing I do know, it's going to be a cracker down here at BERT CLAIR Oval. All
right, we'll come back to you on the sideline and we see the Seagulls go out on the field. For mine, yeah, I think Taylor Brown hit the nail on the head there. The kicking game from Lachlan Cooper is going to be dynamic in this contest. In this breeze here, which is coming from the river, but we're here at Graceful. For those of you who don't know where that is, well, we're right down on the bench, and right down the beach. Schwass is the referee. The Seagulls will kick off from the clubhouse end, or the northern, the western end. Another one of those feels like Cougar Oval, where we run east to west, and we are underway here. Round 7, top of the table clash here between the Seagulls and the Seagulls. And we got straight away an error. Well,
this is massive, John. The Wynnum Seagulls, they're going to go right on the attack here, and that's the absolute worst way you want to start a match, is an error there off the kickoff. That's going to give the Seagulls a wealth of confidence here, and they'll go right on the attack. As we said there, Dane Spencer, he's at the back this afternoon for the Seagulls, and Jaconia, who's been another one of those form players of the comp, John, he's on the wing this afternoon. So that says how good it is to have Dane Spencer back for the Seagulls. And let's see what he can do this afternoon. He's a hell of a player, and he'll get some early chances here early on with the Wynnum Seagulls feeding the scrum.
All right, and they're right in front of the uprights as they had that choice, and straight that way go to that man Spencer with the headgear on, steps off left foot, gets cut down 8 metres short of the try line, 10 in from the far side. Dummy half now is Tahiri, and Tahiri finds that man Corey Davis, the metre eater. He looks for an offload there, but decides against it. Still 8 metres out from the try line. Options left and right for Tahiri. He comes to the right-hand side and finds Aaron Booth, the skipper. Booth, a nice short ball, and coming back in the field is Falkafa. And Falkafa is driving towards the try line. The upright's just in front of him. He's going to be denied. He'll get up and play it. Still a couple of tackles to go here for the Seagulls. They go to the left-hand side. Good ball. Gives it off to Coghill. Coghill goes back in field. Almost goes over and scores. Cut down just short and loses the footy.
Lost it. I thought he was over for all money there, Kyle Coghill. Another one of those players that are one of the form players of the comp. That says why both of these sides are top of the table. They've got so many players in form. Kyle Coghill, one of them, went so close to the try line there. I thought he was going to score for all money. But that late cover tackle there from, it might have been Benaiah Bowie, I think, down low, has dislodged the ball and evaded that attacking threat there early on from the Seagulls.
So we're back live here as they work it out. The Normanby Hounds survive I'll get up and play it. Aliana Murray at dummy half here threw a couple of big dummies against Valleys, in particular a couple of weeks ago. Scored a couple of tries. One in particular got them back into the game after Valleys got away to a 10-0 lead at that one at Emerson Park here. So Murray finds out man Mason Trap. So we've got the two quality hookers out there, something that Taylor Brown and myself saw last week. We had three of them playing for the Pine River side as they work it up past the 30-metre line. And defence here, a good defensive set so far here from the Seagulls, if they can keep it going. Centre of the park, and the big forward goes for a charge now, and that's big Alex Melville. And Melville gets almost to the 40. Now it's the last tackle. He'll get up and play. Dummy half is Aliana Murray. Where's Lachlan Cooper? There he is. The Magician puts it high in the air. He was actually challenged there by Coghill. That's going to be taken nicely in the back there by Spencer, and Spencer will run that back into the field of play, and he'll be cut down. Good start to that set of 6 there, Taylor.
Yeah, mate. Great start to that set of 6 already for Normanby. I'm actually very interested to see how they use this breeze. It's flowing straight from in front of me to behind me here, right side to the left side. It's going to play havoc for the fullbacks here, and it's really going to test the fullbacks for both sides. So really excited to see how that plays into the game. All right, back live there as a 0-all, the scoreboard still halfway line. Just trying to work at the half line. Is the white one here, Ken? We're a little ways away from the halfway line. Corey Davis steps off the left, goes behind. 6 again, says the referee here. And they'll get to the 40-metre line, centre of BERT St Clair. It's with Aaron Booth. He knows there's 6 more to go. Still throws a long cutout passes. Picked up there by Jaconi, who scored an absolute wizard of a try solo against Carina a few weeks ago. Maggie Booth, thanks for the pass. I'll talk to you about that in the lunchtime break, is with that man Robinson, the best moustache in the competition. He'll get up and play at 30 out from the try line, right in front of the uprights. It's with Coghill, and Coghill shapes the pass and gives it off to Spencer now. They go into the left-hand side with Metcalf, and Metcalf will come into the field to play before he's cut down. So the Seagulls, with all the running, breeze coming from the bottom of the screen to the top, as Taylor, the weatherman Brown, gave it to you. So we'll have to call him. Holty. Last tackle. Seagulls. Booth puts it on the toe here. Not the biggest in goal areas here. It's going to be diffused to the back here, but the kick chase is pretty good from the Seagulls, Cam.
Yeah, really nice from the Seagulls there. A nice completed set. They've marched up the field about 60, 65 metres there, and then right on the back end of the set. That's how you want to finish it. They've got to repeat now. They'll go back on the attack. So,
line drop out.
Nice sets from both sides early on. I mean, Normanby found it pretty easy to go down the other end of the park and then finish their set off as well. So, Josh James to get us back underway here with this dropout.
Not a real deep kick. As they wind up again, that man, Malatua, that's his first carry. A couple of big forwards there. Corey Davis, as I mentioned before, certainly no stranger to chucking up the metres. And now it's with James Robinson. Gets a one-handed offload now to that man, Tahiri. And Tahiri will give the offload to Malatua, who's a little bit flat-footed. Jacob Tunge grabs him, pulls him down 10 metres out from the try line. Now, Seagulls got options left and right. They've got a stack left-hand side. They're going to go that way. Short ball, going back into the field of plays Metcalf. And Metcalf's still got some metres there. Metcalf gets close to the line here. The Normanbys are struggling to hang on to their defensive line. Seagulls, Booth is with it. Spencer's out wide, but he's going to go even wider out to this man in Jaconi. And Jaconi will be locked down by Lachlan Cooper. 8 out from the try line now, and the chance to going out from the Seagulls, who've won the reserve grade clash. Only justice with Robinson, and Robinson has scored a try against Carina as well. Will get up and play it. 5 out from the try line. Last tackle now here for the Seagulls. Coghill with the footy. Oh, there's a bit of an obstruction there. We'll go back into the field of play. You'll have to take the tackle. Rolls it out the back here. Picked up nicely in the end there by Tahiri. Tahiri rolls it back to Harlan Collins. Collins gives it off to Metcalf. Metcalf comes back into the field of play here. Jet style footy, but they're going to end up caught in the corner there and a knock on here, Taylor.
Yeah, mate, one thing I'm really impressed with so far from the Wynnum and the Seagulls is the way that their spine is combining really well. You've just noticed that then they're going from left to right and asking all the questions of the Normanby defence. Spencer's been really strong at the start of this game, and excited to see him progress in his first game of the year. All right. So Normanby, we've been looking to the right-hand side of the screen. They've only been over the halfway line once.
Yeah, let's see how they go of this set here now after all that pressure Wynnum were putting on them on their own line. How can they respond and get out of their own end here?
So Wolski, Lachlan Cooper wants his troops to come to this, the dugout sideline, the river side. Lachlan Cooper throws a big dummy. James Robinson will grab him here, and Cooper will get up and play. It's a little bit, well, it's not deep in the tackle count, so no problems with Cooper not being available for a bit of a kick chase. With Melville, I thought they might try a 40-20 with that breeze, but early days, of course. I just want to get some field position. Last tackle now here on the halfway for the Hounds. And they're going to give it in the hands there of James. And James is going to put that high here. Spencer's didn't think about it. They're going to almost run into each other. And they do run into each other. The ball goes backwards. Referee says knock back. Spencer comes back into the field of play here. So communication breakdown. And he'll be cut down 8 out.
Well, that's exactly what Mr. 100% was talking about early on. They're going to test them up with the kicks there. And the winger and fullback seem to run into each other there. But they evaded it eventually, the Seagulls. They're lucky it went backwards. And they go straight back on the attack here, trying to get out of their own end with Tahir.
Just like Gillespie and Waller. Big collision in the outfield in the cricket. Anyway, the Seagulls, they survived. The referee said it went backwards, which is unusual. Corey Davis, and then it hits the grass. He seems to be a knock-on. Flick pass out here. That's going to roll backwards. The referee will say Normanby ball on the halfway line. So Normanby have got a chance here field position-wise to get some metres and field position. Good carry. That's a beautiful carry there. I think it might have been Jacob Tunge.
And set restart as well here for the Hounds.
Well, everything's going their way. Not sure who the 17 is, but anyway, we'll work that out a little bit later. It's Lachlan Cooper now, takes the line here. No look pass, gives off to Benaya Bowie. Bowie sends it back inside to Booth, and Booth will almost a one-on-one strip there with the other Booth. So a couple of Booths come together. Lachlan Cooper now looking for a forward runner. Still running with it is Lachlan Cooper. He gives a short ball off to one of his forward runners. He'll get up and play 10 out from the try line. Murrah to Cooper. Cooper goes back the way. Murrah through the ball hands with Mason Trapp. Now gets the offload here. There's the forwards combining the backfield. There's with Booth, and Booth will get close to the try line. He'll get up and play. Looking for a quick play the ball here. Ooh. Look for a sixth again. Go again, but they're just arms and legs everywhere. Well, Aliana Murrah's going to drive through and score a try. Wow.
Yeah, well, they've cracked them early on here, the Hounds. Their first real attacking opportunity, attacking the line. Aaron Booth was hanging on. I thought he was lucky not to get penalised there. And eventually it's done him bad there because he was hanging on and he sort of rolled off the tackle, which enabled Murrah to go and scoot from dummy half there to get over the try line, score the first meaty of the afternoon.
Taylor Brown, arms and legs everywhere, and everybody forgot about that man Murrah who's done it again.
Mate, I was still looking at the hair clash between the Booths on the left-hand side of the field.
Fantastic.
But I think everyone knows how good Alahana Murrah's been in form this season. He's got 16 games of NRL experience from 2010 to 2012 with the Warriors, and he's really showing that experience this year in the BRL. That's a great try, and we'll see how he continues to develop into this game.
All right, we'll wait for this conversion.
Jacob Tunge to line this one up. Not too bad of a start to start your afternoon. About 15 metres inside touch, 20 metres out from the try line here. Let's see if he can convert this one. Of course, he is the top point scorer in the BRL Premier competition, starting this afternoon on 44. Followed closely by Khan Awang from the Valleys Diehards on 40.
So wait for this conversion. Jacob Tunge, huge man. Just swings a leg and boom, over he goes.
No, it's been waved away there. Oh. Just floated across the face of the post there to the right-hand side. So score remains 4 points to 0 here, BRL TV. Cameron Anchor, Taylor Brown and John Devine with you on the commentary duties this afternoon.
Taylor, it's something I don't want to be too critical of coaches here, but Aliana Murrah, he's always going to throw the dummy. What's doing with the line defence?
We've actually seen it a lot in the last couple of weeks in the BRL where the hookers have thrown a big dummy and jumped over the line. So you'd think that might have been in the video session, especially on Alahana Murrah. But yeah, that'll be disappointing, certainly early for Frericks.
All right, get the
Booth gets us back underway here. Fielded there by the Hounds, and they'll start to get back into their work after first points there for the Hounds. And surprisingly enough, Wynnum had all the possession, but the Hounds have cracked them first. Josh James in at dummy half now. Hands it off to his front rower, and there's a penalty as well for the Hounds. So it's, like John said a little bit earlier, it's all starting to go their way. Momentum's a funny thing, and they've got leaps and bounds of it at the moment, the Normanby Hounds side. So Josh James with pill in hand. Let's see if he can find touch here. Picks up about 20 metres for his side, so they'll start this set on the halfway line here. Lenny Magee hands it off to Tunge. And Tunge will take the first play. Benaya Bowie at dummy half. That's Cornorth. 30 metres out from the try line now. The Hounds, they lead 4-0. Josh James out the back to Cooper. Cooper, long ball out to his winger and Rangi Huna, but there's a good tackle as well. Coming in from Aaron Booth there, the Seagull skipper. Melville now into the line. Heavy defence again. Back to John. Live play here. Left-hand side with Cooper. Cooper, long ball, out again, and it's going to be Booth to score the second here for the Normanby Hounds, and they've gone back-to-back, and what a try it was. That man, Lachlan Cooper, involved again.
Well, two Booths come together. One put a don't argue out, and he came second best, and there they go again. Twice they've been down here, the Normanby Hounds, and they've come up with a try. What do you make of that, Taylor?
Mate, I love that set from the Normanby Hounds. I think Cooper's, as we've spoken earlier, the form half or 5'8" of the competition so far. A bit unlucky at South Logan with the amount of NRL players that come back regularly, but I think he's been really strong early. A couple of long passes to his winger here. I think he recognises space. He notices that Aaron Booth from Wynnum's actually defending a bit wider and might be able to catch him out there with a hard-running Cameron Booth. So successful in this raid, and we'll see if he keeps hammering this left-hand side of the Wynnum Manly defence.
Yeah, that's a really nice point Taylor makes there as well. Booth seems to be defending out wider, and the other Booth in Cameron seems to be getting at him a little bit there, as you saw in that try. So they might start to keep going that left-hand side. They seem to like it early on, and they might. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him go there again all afternoon. So Tunge, you can hear the wind across the microphones here, guys. It's going to wreak havoc here this afternoon at BERT CLAIR Oval. Another tough kick coming up here for Jacob Tunge, though.
Taylor Brown, a profound kicking coach, mate. What do you reckon he should do here?
Mate, as we've always said in the last couple of weeks,
just kick it.
Just kick it. I think everyone knows my goal kicking records. Cam alluded to it earlier, 100%. So
1 from 1 there. Mr. Intrust Super Cup, Mr. 100% Taylor Brown from the boot.
It's something that'll be a feature in his book and his biography, Taylor Brown. I'm not saying your life isn't going to be living much longer, but it'll be a good read. It'll be a non-put-a-downer.
Well, let me tell you, it could be in Tunge's biography too, because I think we might have some one-on-one coaching coming up.
You're saying get in contact, eh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd usually make the first step, but I'm the super coach here. People come to me.
Absolutely.
So Seagulls again kicking off. They had a whale of possession. That might go just into the field of play here. And Benaiah Bowie will run that back into the field of play because the forwards weren't they were behind, or in front of him, I should say. As Bowie will get up and play it. That's on the 10. To the right, James goes with his ball skills. And there's Smith out on the right-hand side. He hasn't touched the footy yet. He's looking magnificent. There's Mason Trapp now straightens the play and runs into Malatua. And he'll get cut down here along with a little bit of help there from Robinson on the 30. They're rolling up with the forwards here, and why not? It was with Melville, and Melville, good carry again from Reece Melville. That's probably his second or third one. They've always produced at least 12 to 15 metres. Aliana Murray actually stole another couple just then. They go to the right-hand side. James no look past. Here they go down the right-hand side with Godfrey, and Godfrey gives it off to Smith, who's got some will, turns it back inside. Oh, it wasn't supposed to go to him. He'll go over and score the try. I think that'll be Godfrey.
What a try from the Hounds there. John, you just spoke about Jack Smith, our leading try scorer in the BRL Premier competition. He didn't score that one on this occasion. He assisted it, but wow, the Normanby Hounds, they're starting to run right. This time it's on the right-hand side of the field. They come down that way. Henderson Godfrey. It was actually the initial ball was from Josh James. A nice ball out to Smith. Smith turns it back into Godfrey. Godfrey strolls over. Third try now for the Hounds. And they are out to a 12 points to zip lead here with the kick to come.
Oh, you talk about Taylor Brown giving some advice to goal kicking. I just gave some advice. Give it to Smith. What do you think about that one there, Taylor?
Mate, that was a great try, and it makes me wonder if Wayne Barnett's picked up something in the video about the Wynnum side being really strong in the middle. They've had a couple of good results from going wide and getting the metres out there. So I think that might be a recurring theme in this game so far because they've had success now down both edges.
All right then. Taylor Brown, by the way, looking magnificent on the sideline there.
As always, mate.
Well, it's a given. This is a given, really.
I wonder why I always pick the sideline over you two blokes. But anyway, you guys can sleep on that one.
Well, Statler and Waldorf will stay up here while Fozzie Bears does his stuff on the stage. And we'll wait for this conversion from Tunge. Into the breeze might straighten it up for him.
Well, this is a big one coming up for Tunge because they only lead 12 points to 0 at present. And, I mean, they've scored 3 tries, so he's 0 from 2 at the moment. He'll want to take this out to 14, so it's a 3-try scoring play for Wynnum to try and get back into the contest here.
Again, 50-metre try, that one. So they can call that.
There we go.
There you go. Well done. So score goes out to 16 zip. Wow. We talked about it in the pre-game here, Taylor Brown. We were talking about with Wayne Barnett about not having to run down a side, and now they're the front runners in this one. Can they maintain it?
I think absolutely they can maintain it, especially this half. We've seen the wind come into play with the kicks, and I hate to harp on it, but that's exactly what you want when you're leading, is to have a good kicking game. And both Cooper and James have shown so far in this game they know what to do when they have the ball in hands on last.
No, I know you're down the sideline, but I couldn't help in the background there looking at the magnificent salad that Booth has got. It's a terrific set of hair, isn't it, old Cam?
Mate,
unbelievable.
I love it. This Cam Booth versus Aaron Booth hair spectacle on the side here. I wonder if they go the same hairdresser, because that's not just shampoo and conditioner, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, Cam Booth's gone to the John Bon Jovi school of hair doing. Well, one-on-one strip here from Aaron Booth. I was about to say, not only is his hair skill, but he's obviously got himself one of the Beatles haircuts as well, and he's been able to steal her. And he's come up with a Nair of Malatua. Oh, Aaron Booth was a bugger.
I was just about to say that's a massive play there from Aaron Booth. His side really needed that. They needed to get a bit of possession back because it's been all the Normanby Hounds side so far, but unfortunately they're on play one at Malatoa. Just the pass was a little bit low and he wasn't able to handle it there.
Well, he's thinking about having a bit of a breather.
Finally got the ball back in their hands, and then suddenly it pops to him just a little bit low, and it's tough for the big fella to lean below the knees there to try and pick up the ball there.
Lachlan Cooper will feed this scrum, and they'll go to the right-hand side with Godfrey, try scorer, gets up underneath the tackle there of Metcalf. Murrah finds Kernoth, who was strong 2 weeks ago. We come back to Cameron Anchor shortly about the mauling that they handed out to the Panthers, and again it was Melville. Here he goes again, Melville. This time they muscled up against him, Melville there, pulling him down. James Robinson was the tackler. Good work there from Robinson. He's with Kernoth again, throws it out to Lachlan Cooper. Forwards combining. He's now with Wolski, and Wolski just runs over the top of Aaron Booth, who's going to enjoy the ice bath this afternoon. He's copying a lot of carnage out there as a skipper. They go to Murrah. Cooper gives it off to Booth. He goes back into the field of play here, Cooper, improving a handful. He's going to be finally wrapped up there by Fuakafa. Last tackle for the Normanby Hounds. Every time they come down here, they come away with some reward. Cross-field kick. That's going to go over everybody and into the corner. So relief there for the Seagulls camp.
Yeah, but again, nice attacking play from the Normanby Hounds. They get to the back end of their set. Lachlan Cooper kicks the ball out, looking for Jack Smith, the top try scorer of the BRL Premier competition. It was just a touch too deep in the end there for the Hounds, but they have got Wynnum where they want them, working it out of their 10-metre zone here. Jaconia is in at dummy half now.
So Jaconia wearing the number 5 today. That's the 20. So the Normanby leading on the scoreboard here by 16 points to nil. So that might be wrong, might be 14. You reckon 1 from 3, Cam?
Yeah, 14 it is.
14 nil.
Points to 0.
So Spencer. Gets a bit of attention there from Aliana Murrah along with Booth over the top. Winning the wrestle too at Normanby. Booth gets rid of that. Last tackle now on the 40. Quick play the ball. That's going to be knocked on. That will be a changeover. 35 or 45 metres out from the try line.
Well, they got the quick play the ball there, John. They were in a good position to get the kick underway, but the pass just went behind to here there, and look at this field position coming up now for the Hounds. That's poor end to the set there from the Seagulls.
Well, Cam, if we look at their recent run, they've actually not completed their last 3 sets with errors.
Wow.
So there's a reason why the Normanby Hounds are looking so good and all over them at the moment. It's because Wynnum can't hold onto the ball.
Absolutely. Well, there you go. They haven't completed their last 3 sets there, the Seagulls, and that was their best opportunity. Anyway, the Hounds on the attack now.
Cooper turns it back inside of that man. Melville has probably got about 50 metres under his belt so far. I've thought about offloading from the ground. It's not rugby union, Reece, but anyway, he'll get up and play it. Murrah to Cooper. Has Kernoth inside, goes to the right-hand side. Here, long ball out here to Smith, and Smith will try and take on Trinieri, and Trinieri will pull him down 5 out from the try line, 5 in. So they're going to throw it into the breeze here. It's with Lachlan Cooper, has to hang on to the football. Almost looked like Gary Ablett Jr. there, or the way he took the footy just above his shoulder there, and he'll get the offload. Last tackle now here for Normanby. They lead 14-0 on the scoreboard. Round 7, the BRL competition. Cooper turns it back inside now to Benaya Bow, but Benaya Bow is going to lose the footy, and it's going to be a changeover and a pick up there by Collins underneath the uprights.
Yeah, well, good goal line defence there from the Seagulls, but I think completion of this set is at a premium here, a must complete. They're only 10 metres out from their own try line here, so they need to try and get a roll on as well.
So that is Trineri, and he's gonna win the wrestle, stay on his feet. Tahiri, a dummy half, looks to the left, down to the right, almost like a quarterback, gives it off now to Spencer, and Spencer will beat the first tackle, but not the second one. He's browned in there by Wolski. Quick play the ball. It's been a feature so far when the Seagulls have got the footy. Nagy. Centre of the park now for Carfer. I asked him if he was going to be the first try scorer. Good defensive set here from the Normanby. That is the last tackle, and Booth's going to kick. It's a possible 40-20, but it's going to be taken by a Benai Bowie, and Bowie will run it back into the field of play here, but use the breeze there nicely, and a good kick chase there from Aaron Booth.
Yeah, exactly what they needed there, the Seagulls. A good kick too at the back end of that set, so got to put the pressure on now with their own defence as they get on the outside here. The Hounds, and here they go.
Godfrey's with the footy. He's got the wheels man inside him, and Smith gives it off to Smith. Smith has to juggle it. That's probably saved the try there. He's going to be tackled. Smith, he'll get up and play it. The Hounds are coming from Erin. That might be 10. It's going to be a penalty at least, and he has got 10.
Yeah, Tom Metcalf, professional foul there, just trying to slow it down for his side. And you can't blame him, but this is going to be even tougher now coming up for the Seagulls. Tom Metcalf will go for 10 in the bin. Seagulls playing with 12, and, well, the Hounds, they're just finding it too easy at the moment. They're just rolling down the end of the field. That time it was Godfrey who's having a wow of the game. Found his man, as John said, in the wheels in Jack Smith. But
so this is going to cause it. Taylor Brown, you might be able to help me out on this, because a play's been sent for 10. They're down a forward, so they've got to use an interchange they probably weren't ready to use.
Yeah, I think they were about to use an interchange and get a forward back on the field to replace one, but it's going to take a bit of extra gas out here at the 20-minute mark, which is the worst time possible. It's straight in the middle of the half, and if you've got to make a couple of unplanned changes, can really destroy the back half of the game. So it'll be interesting to see what Frericks does here. They're defending the line. They've already down by 3 tries. It will take a bit of thought here by Frericks and how he's going to go forward.
Yeah, well, with 12 men, they're going to play down the backfield.
I hope not let... We hope that's not our man Henderson Godfrey out there after that nice line break from him. We've got someone down, and we'll see if we can get an update on that later on, and hopefully he's all good to continue the match here. BRL Premier Competition, BRL TV. We hope you enjoy the broadcast. Wherever you are watching from, get involved in the comments. Let us know what you think of the game.
All right, we're going to go down to Dr. Taylor Brown and see if he can give us a medical opinion on what's happening over there, mate. What are you reading?
Mate, I'm having a good look over, and there doesn't seem to be any real injuries to the extremities of the leg or the shoulders. So I'm hoping that it's all good news over there and we can continue play, but I'm sure it's all precautious.
As a player, mate, when these, obviously you want to get the footy get going, how do you try and keep yourself motivated at an extended break like this?
I always love these extended breaks because I could breathe.
Right.
These sorts of issues had me playing 20 minutes straight. It was awesome.
Well, I mean, and you're also a forward, so you haven't got to worry about your hair.
Yeah, that's right.
All right,
that's right.
Taylor Brown on the sidelines here as we wait for the injured player to be recuperated, and he'll get up and play. I think it might have been Smith.
Massive 10 minutes coming up here for the Wynnum side. They've really got to aim up in defence.
There he is, Sam Gardel. Gardel, let's give his business a plug. Gardel Electrical, his man's got his power over here at BERT St. Clair. Is with Mason Trapp, and Trapp will drive forward, and Trapp's going to be grabbed by Corey Davis. Well, I thought about crawling across the try, and that would have been a quadruple movement, but anyway, it's with Benai Bowie. No look pass, boom! Jaconia puts a shot on Booth, and Booth is going to finally get up and wonder what hit him. All the Normanby Hounds at the moment. Here's in the hands of Kernoth. Kernoth will drive with the knees and get another couple of metres into the Seagulls territory. They're 8 out, and throw is a big dummy. It's down the hands of that back rower there, and Wolski will try and skip his way to the try line. Booth around the ankles. Last tackle now here for the Normanby Hounds. Seagulls down to 12 players for another 8 minutes with Lachlan Cooper. Puts a little chip kick over the top here. It's going to bounce here, and that's going to be dived on in the corner, and it might be a try.
Is that Henderson Godfrey out there? He's recovered from that injury, I think it was. He's bagged himself a double. And he has now caught his teammate in Jack Smith, and he'll go to 8 tries for the BRL season so far, Henderson Godfrey. And the Hounds, I thought the Wynnum Seagulls, they did a good job defending their own line there, but just on last play, a bouncing kick across the field, and the Normanby Hounds, with that extra player up against the Seagulls at the moment, just were able to get over the try line there.
One thing, Taylor Brown, I've got to ask you, they not since the first kick when they put some heat on Lachlan Cooper. I've ever seen a lot of people come in. He had all the time in the world there, Lachlan Cooper, to put that ball where he wanted to.
He did have all the time in the world, and he actually tried it last set too. They were down here, so it must be something he's picked up that he thinks Henderson Godfrey might be able to get over his opposing number there. But it's not to the extremities. It's not all the way to the wing. It's usually around the halfback. Usually, they call that a dink kick, where they've purposely attacked a player in the defensive line as opposed to the wingers. So look, he's shown some real expertise this afternoon, and some football IQ, hasn't he? He's been great.
Well, I mean, apart from that first 5 minutes, I thought Aaron Booth and Kyle Coghill were dominating the game. But after that first 5 minutes, it's been all the Hounds, and it's those blokes, Josh James, Lachlan Cooper, Henderson Godfrey out wide. They're taking control of this match. They're kicking well. They're rolling down the field. They're completing their sets. And you know what? Wynnum aren't. And that's why the Normanby Hounds have this big lead so far in this top-of-the-table clash.
Absolutely. Completions have done it all, mate. Completions holding on to the footy, getting to the end of your set.
Let's put it high in the sky. Converted. Just like that. Just like that. 20 zip. Wow. You would have thought that after the first 5 minutes where it was all the Seagulls.
We've got 15 minutes left in this first half here at BERT and CLAIR Oval, and I think for the Seagulls at this point, they've just really got to limit the points, especially with 12 men on the park at the moment. If they don't concede one more, I think they'll take that, get into the break, reset, refresh, and try and come back out again.
That's going to go
that's dead.
Too big. Dead. That's out of bounds. That's going to be a penalty on the halfway line.
Well, they didn't need that one, and Booth's standing there with his hands on his knees. He knows he's messed that one up, and here we go. The Hounds are rolling up the field already. Look at them all run, sprinting towards the halfway line. They just want to get things going, and look at Josh James. Boots it towards the sideline, picks up 25, 30 metres for his side, and here go the Hounds again, John.
Deja vu. This is where the restart was from the injury previously. Let's see what they can do. Tunge takes a tap. James finds Gardel, and Gardel driving forward is Sam Gardel. Loves the carry. Look, gets 6 more to go here now for the Hounds, so it just keeps getting worse. It's in the hands of James. James with the short ball, the replacement player out there. Number 16, that's going to be a try, is it? It is a try. The Hounds are in again. Oh, the dish lickers are running amok.
Yeah, it's just that short stuff, and the Seagulls, they just cannot keep up at the moment. Nice little short ball there, and they are just running right here, the Normanby Hounds, and that's Clayton Uia there with the try. Still had a bit of work to do there, didn't he, John? He eventually slammed it down. The ball went rolling out towards the dead ball line after that, but yeah, they just can't keep up, the Seagulls, at the moment.
Tyler Brown, what's been said underneath the goalpost?
Mate, I don't know. I don't know what's being said under the goalpost. It's definitely tough times at the moment. Wynnum looked all guns are blazing at the start there with a couple of completed sets, but I think there needs to be a leader in that pack to say, boys, let's roll up our sleeves, let's get down and defend, and we'll worry about points later. Let's just get back in the game of football. It is tough with 12 men. I will concede that, but you can't just roll over when any adversity hits you in a game of rugby league. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, well, I mean, even before that, Taylor, they'd already conceded 3 tries from the Seagulls there. They were lucky that Jacob Tunge had missed a few kicks as he lines up this one that's much easier. But, I mean, even before that, they conceded 3 quick tries, and now they've lost a man, and it's just becoming all even easier for the Hounds at the moment, running downhill. And, yeah, Tunge lines this one up, makes no mistake with that one. And they've got a heavy lead at the moment now.
Well,
a lot of work to do for the Seagulls.
If we do look at the history of the BRL over the last couple of weeks, we do find that there is a swing of momentum. There's always a swing of momentum, and we've seen lots of points put on. You certainly can't discount a Wynnum Manly side with the quality they have at the moment out of the park. Yeah. But they need to start turning things around pretty quick.
I just fear they've had a lot of juice sucked out of them, haven't they?
Well, you have to know is Aaron Booth doesn't play havoc with the breeze, which he certainly is picking up at the moment.
Yeah.
I was just going to say to you, Taylor Brown, last weekend, remember we called the game there between Beanley and Pine Ridge. Pine Ridge got away to a flyer. Beanley ended up winning the second half, but it was too late because the score was too big. They scored just before half-time with Tahiti scoring in the corner. Took it to a 34-4-0 at half-time. They came back in the second half. It's too late. The Seagulls need to put some points on the board to go into the shed with some confidence as they get up and play it on the 30. Williams is out there. They go to this right-hand side again. It's causing havoc there to the left-hand defence there of Maggie and company over there. I'll get a chance for the footy now, the Seagulls, right in the middle of BERT and CLAIR Oval here is graceful. Changeover. Hang on, it's going to be the Normanby side. Sam GARDEL. Now, here we go again. Kurnoth gets the offload now here to Williams. Williams starts a nice little dance and weave, ducks underneath the tackle there from Tahiri, and Tahiri will finally pull him down here. They're 28 metres out from the try line now. Normanby, again, we're looking into the sun here. BERT and CLAIR, they go to Lachlan Cooper to the blind side. Does a little bit of a shimmy before he gets the offload now, and the Seagulls, they have to combine 3 tacklers to get into there to pull that man down. So that was Jacob Tunge, of course, with this man, the big unit going forward now is Clayton Uia. He scored 1 try, wouldn't mind another one, so he's off the nudie run, so he should be pretty happy with that one. Now it's with, watch out for Cooper. Here he is out the back here. This is a set play. Lachlan Cooper, they've hung off him. He's going to go over and score the try. Easy as you like. Set play, 4 points.
Yeah, again, the Hounds, they just look so dangerous with that ball in the hand. They've got plays in motion out their back. They look like a real quality football side, don't they? I mean, they're just rolling up the field. They've got plays in motion, decoy runners. They're making it so hard for the Seagulls at this point. We head over to Taylor Brown to get his thoughts, but I mean, what can you say about this Normanby Hounds side at the moment, Taylor? They're just rolling.
Mate, I think you're absolutely right in saying that was a set play. I kept an eye on that whole set to see what Lachlan Cooper was doing, where he's organising, where he's pushing players to. He actually started the set on the right-hand side of the field and threatened down there. Wynnum have adjusted, centre play to the left-hand side of the field with still only 12 men there, and they've overcompensated. He swung to the left, Bowie swung to the left, James swung to the left. All of a sudden they had a set piece with 3 of their spine back to back to back, and when you've got the numbers, it just takes the right option, and at that time, it was the show and go.
Taylor Brown on the sidelines there as Jacob Tunge tries to line this conversion up, and he's bringing the percentages back a little bit, maybe after he heard Taylor Brown on the sideline giving him a few pointers, and he's brought it back a bit.
Are you a toe poker?
That's the only pointers I'm going to give him for free.
Are you a toe poker?
Me?
Yeah, or you're
No.
Have you got
I'm a massive component of the Mark Riddell left hand up, though.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Kind of like the referee is at the moment.
Absolutely. Oh, that's a bit more of a salute, isn't it?
Nicely does it.
Oh,
goes across the front.
Across the face.
Score remains for mine. I think we've got 30-0.
Yeah, 30 points to 0. That's it.
What to do? They've been dying to get to the sheds, the Seagulls. This is just carnage.
Well,
BERT and CLAIR.
Must be close for Metcalf. He's back on his feet now. He's getting close to coming out on the park, and Coghill, he's going to take the kicking duties off the kickoffs now, so Booth's been dumped.
Well, it's probably a wise move. It's sort of like you get the yips with golf, and he's look at this.
Oh, that must be Dougie.
Well, Taylor Brown actually, he was running towards Taylor Brown on the sideline. He's safe, but all our sideline commentator actually was running for the hills here. He's almost screaming like a girl. But anyway, why wouldn't you with the big unit coming out, the big Dougie Fayua?
Yes, it is.
I don't know.
Amazing stuff.
He's a big unit out here. He's going to have another crack here shortly. They're going to try on train lines with Williams to the right-hand side. It was with Godfrey, and Godfrey almost gets through again here. It's causing all sorts of havoc. Williams is a dummy half here. Lachlan Cooper, not sure why he's got the arms in the air here. It's with James. Skipping and dancing now is Uia. Uia will get across the halfway line here. Lurking out here is Fayou, big Dougie. And they're going to go take the ball away from him, go to the right-hand side here. And that's kicking early on the tackle count. Has to turn Spencer around. Spencer will pick that up, will he? Yeah, just inside the field of play. And he'll run it back in. But there's a wall of Hounds coming at him, and they're going to pull him down the in-goal area. What a kick chase.
Oh, what a set from the Hounds here, guys. I mean, they are dominating this matchup at the moment. After points to march their way 100 metres down the field and then force the dropout as well. There's not much they can do wrong at the moment.
Yeah, the possession will be up there around 70% by the scribble I have on my piece of paper here. And I'll tell you what, as this game progresses, I'm just further and further impressed with Lockie Cooper and James. They're just, it's like an orchestra when you see two halves work together like that. And yeah, a bit of barch going on out there.
Sam GARDEL steps off the right and then straightens the play here. More of a weaving play. Now, here we go. Big Dougie Fayou is off the left-hand side of the ruck here. He's going to go for a carry. No, gives it to Cooper. Cooper, I thought he might turn it back inside, but he's going to use Noam Walski now. Get up and play it. 6 to go again here for Normanby here. So they're just leaking up possession here. Big Dougie Fohu gets up. How's this for quick play, the ball here? I thought it might be a bit of a knock on. He's going to be with Williams, and the footy will be 5 metres short of the try line. Benaiah Bowie's a dummy half here. Bowie gives it off to Cooper. Cooper, well, thinking about the kick, gives it off to James. James steps back on the field, almost gives it off to Benaiah Bowie. Still going and gets actually cut down. Eventually, there's James. Williams. Cooper, the magician, turns it inside now to Aliana Murray. Now, it might not be Aliana. I think he might be on the bench. It's in the hands now of the dummy half of Williams. Cooper, great catch there in the gully. Gets up. What am I going to do here? Everybody stops, even the piano player in the corner. Benaiah Bowie puts a kick into the corner here. And that's going to be dived on there, I think, in the end by Trinieri, and denies a try.
Well, even though the pass went out the back of Cooper there, the Hounds still look dangerous, don't they, guys? I mean, there's another repeat set coming up for them, and they just look a first-class football side at the moment. That ball went out the back of Cooper, so he just summed things up. He kind of had a little stop as well. He just had all the time in the world, and they still find a repeat set here.
Mate, it's fatigue. And when you see this side be as dominant as Normanby have, Wynnum starts getting a bit more fatigued, and it's just going to get worse and worse. I mean, they've both sides two apiece. I'd like to see a few more interchanges from Wynnum here. And
Dougie Foe wouldn't look out of place of a National Geographic rampaging elephant. Everybody's scared, even the Rangers. And they got the guns.
People ask me why I retire, mate. I look at blokes like that.
That's the reason, exactly. Benaiah Bowie, they go out the backhand side. Oh. And there you go. There is some reality about the Normanby Hounds. That one finds touch there from Benaiah Bowie.
Yeah, Justin go to hand there from the Normanby Hounds fullback, and they were looking dangerous again. Jack Smith trying to get back into the leaderboard for tries scored in the BRL Premier competition. But I tell you what, the Seagulls needed this ball.
I just need to finish this half off. I mean, there's probably time's approximate 4 minutes to go. They should have a full complement back on the park here. I might get Taylor Brown, out of the three of us, has got the best arithmetic and be able to count to 13. See if
yeah, that's Medcuff there.
He's
the
back.
ball.
Oh, there he is. Yep.
Thanks, Cam. I was nervous.
I forgot that you forget to carry the one. So the Seagulls, can they get some points on the board before they go to the sheds? Darren Ferrix is a quietly spoken man, but I think he might just go into the sheds and shake his head. It's now with Fataha'i. He's going to stand the tackle here. It was 1, 2, 3 Hounds. Held, says the referee. It's the last tackle. They go to the right-hand side here. They go now. The Seagulls goes back in the field play. Don't know whether he knows it's the last tackle. He's going to be a changeover. He ends up right at the back into Tahiri. Tahiri gives it off to Spencer. Cut out ball. Back inside. It's in the hands now of Maggie. And Maggie will skip out of that tackle. Still the last one. Put the kick in here. Benaiah Bowie's there, but nobody's able to go through there with the chase here. And they're going to come out back into the field of play here. Benaiah Bowie, 5 metres out from the try line.
Well, they needed a chase there, didn't they, John? Expansive footy. They got a couple of offloads there, and then Maggie dinks the ball into the goal line there, and they just need to chase.
Yeah, Taylor.
Mate, we just spoke about the fatigue earlier that settled into Wynnum Manly Seagulls, and you can tell when they're not pushing forward, when they're not going through on that chase, it's got some dire results for and now they're back defending, and they're going to have to defend pretty hard if they want to keep Normanby from rolling through.
Good thing about that, though, for the Seagulls, they did complete their set in the right territory, wasn't it, guys? I mean, they got them pinned here now inside their 40. They need to make a couple of tackles here, keep them inside their own half.
Well, I know they completed a set of 6 here. Look, allowed to run here. Just
this.
Pick up. Chase Cooper's there. Gets the footy. Puts a kick on. Oh, it's crazy stuff here. It's going to be picked up there by Jaconia. I don't know what the right wing is doing back there. He might have moved back to fullback. He'll get up and play it here. What enterprising stuff. They actually overran each other, the Normanby Hounds, Taylor.
They did overrun each other, mate. I'm just looking to the bench here to see if Spencer's come off or if Jaconia's they've just had a swap. But yeah, Jaconia, we've seen him play a lot of fullback there, and we were very excited for Spencer pre-game, obviously with his Raiders experience, and he's played in the NRL 9s. But
his headgear's come off. Maybe he's still out there.
Yeah,
he did have headgear on, but anyway, it was with
he's still out the back there.
Yeah, he's in the hands of the trainer at the moment here. Just a little bit gassed. Jaconia there saved the day. Booth, that's just on the 40-metre line here. So Benaiah Bowie will pick that up all the time in the world here. Booth is leading the chase here. They try and wrangle Benaiah Bowie, and Benaiah Bowie, good chase there from Cameron Booth.
Yeah,
Aaron Booth, I should say.
Really good kick chase there from Aaron Booth. Led the chase, and it was a good kick as well. That's a good couple of sets there from Wynnum. Obviously, they're down 30 points to zip here, but this last couple of minutes, they're starting to get back into the grind and get back into the contest, and that's the only way to do it. Start doing the hard yards again.
Oh, high shot there. Nod of approval from that kick chase there from Booth. Booth, the other Booth, goes for a run. An easy me. He's allowed to run whatever he wanted over the halfway line, almost to the 40. And dummy half, Josh Williams to the right. They fancy themselves actually any part of the park at the moment. The Hounds, last tackled. 25 metres out from the try line. It's going to go to the hands of Cooper. Why not? Puts it all the time in the world. Puts it in the air here and flies high. Takes it in the end there, and it's going to be knocked in touch. I don't know whether whose hand though.
It was a big contest, I tell you what, John. Spencer went up and might have been a little bit late. We can hear that halftime siren now, so it won't matter too much who it did go out by. But there was some heavy contact. We've still got a Seagull down in backfield, and he's got a couple of players with him. The trainers are getting to him now, but what a half from the Normanby Hounds. I mean, we'll go to you, Taylor, first. What a half from the Normanby side. We talk about their halves, but, I mean, can you pick a bad player on the park at the moment?
Mate, you can't. You really can't pick a bad player for the Normanby Hounds. They've all been great. They've all done their job, even down to Doug, who's come off the bench and run extremely hard. So
Yeah.
I think for Normanby Hounds to continue this in the second half, they just need to come out of the blocks hard, run hard, earn it again. For Wynnum Manly Seagulls, they need to find some energy here and see if they can turn this momentum around, because if not, we could see a big scoreline again.
All right, we'll take a break here from BERT St Clair Oval, where the halftime score here, yes, read it right, the Normanby Hounds 30, Seagulls 0. We'll take a break, back in 10 minutes. Okay, we are back live here at BERT St CLAIR Oval. It's all for the Seagulls to do. They're down 30 points to zip. And both our commentators sideline in Taylor Brown and also Cameron Anchor both able to, well, they didn't have to travel too far to hear the halftime speeches, that's for sure. But we'll get that out in the next break of play. So the Hounds will kick off again from the old clubhouse end. And here we go. What can the Seagulls do? Can they respond to what the mild-mannered Mr. Darren Ferrick would have said at the moment? Both these sides are undefeated here, but you would think that the Hounds, unless the Seagulls can do something miraculous, the Hounds might remain undefeated and alone at the top of the BRL Premier A-grade competition. But let's see how we go. The Seagulls might prove wrong. Taylor Brown and Cameron Anchor, we both... Oh, a little knock on.
That is not the start. We'll start with me because I was over on the Wynnum side.
Yep.
Guys here. And Coach Darren Ferrick, he just wanted line speed and energy from his side. He said if you give a quality side like this too much possession, this is what they can do to you. And he said, yeah, obviously don't give the halves too much time. We've spoke about that a lot, how Cooper and Josh James both have a lot of times on the hand. And just to finish off, he said, and he reiterated, he said, we get ourselves out of this, no one else.
Well said, profound, almost Gettysburg-like or Obama-like, as we see the Hounds getting a familiar field position. Uia, centre of the park, almost gets to the 20. We'll get to Taylor Brown about what he's heard from Wayne Barnett. And they go to the left-hand side. It's with Lachlan Cooper, takes it a line. It's with Benaibo, throws the biggest dummy almost through the steed and sticker off the side of the ball as Bowie gets up to play. Booth, Cooper, Uia, or he's got one, trying to get through there, but Collins will smash him down, along with a little bit of help there from a couple of his teammates there, and Tuma Mavabe, who's out there as well. James, long ball out, and that's going to find the winger, and over he goes. Smith scores and adds another one to his tally.
Yeah, well, that is definitely not the start Coach Darren Ferrick would have wanted for his Wynnum Seagulls, but I suppose the Normanby Hounds, that's the perfect start for them in this second half. And it is that man, Jack Smith. He takes the lead back in the try-scoring ranks. He goes to 9. Henderson Godfrey, his centre pairing there on 8. So Normanby Hounds start this second half exactly the way they would have wanted to, in complete class and control of their game. Taylor Brown on the sideline.
Yeah, that was actually a really beautiful set there, and a lot of really hard running, and then a great ball to finish it off by James. They're just working in unison here, the Normanby Hounds, and they're looking outstanding for it. I overheard what Wayne Barnett heard and spoke to them about at half-time. He said defensively, in a game where their side was up 30-0 at half-time, defensively he was the happiest. They're meeting all their standards. They can hold a little bit longer in the ruck, but at the moment he's very excited about their defence. And attack, keep it simple. Maintain the hard running and the effort that they've got there. And they're at 80% completion now, which is what I heard, the best they've had all year. But he said the standards go up. He wants 81% now for the second half. So that's what all good teams do, and that's what Wayne wants to instill in this side here.
Jacob Tunge lining this one up. 3 from 6 in the first half. Let's see how he can start the second half. Right on the right-hand side touchline here at BERT St CLAIR Oval. And his strike is looking pretty good, off the post and in. So the Normanby Hounds, 36 points to 0 here in the top of the table clash. BRL Premier A-grade competition round 7. We hope you enjoy the broadcast, and as we always say, get involved in the comments. Let us know how you think the teams are going. Keep it all respectful, and let us know how it's all going out there.
Yeah, if you guys like seeing me on the sideline and my good mug, let us know. Let me know. Give me some confidence.
Exactly right. You saw Cody McIntosh walk past there, the water boy, no stranger to the try line and headgear as well. Anyway, the Normanby Hounds, let's see how they go, trying to bring this one back into the Seagulls, who just haven't had the footy pretty much most of the game. I don't know whether you caught completion rates there for the Seagulls in the chat, but I'm guessing it would have sounded like a reversing truck over there with a few beeps over there, I'd imagine. Cameron Anchor and the Seagulls dugout.
Yes, it was. I left a little. I left, let's just say, a few words out of my halftime report there from Darren Ferrick.
So Sam GARDEL.
I think we'll see a response, though, guys. I really do think we'll see a response.
I've just calculated about 50% completion for Wynnum so far. So
there you go. And it's quite uncanny how you can do that, how you can read crayon so fluently. Taylor Brown, last tackle here for the Normanby Hounds there, 38 metres out from the try line. Now that's a little bit more heat on here, so the kick isn't quite good, but it's bloody high. And I don't swear off, and that's well taken on the far corner. It might be Jaconia.
Yeah, it is. A really nice take there. The pressure was on him as well. They were steaming through. Metcalf now out of dummy half. Let's see how the Seagulls respond now. First touch of the footy in the second half. And let's see how they go for their coach here in Darren Ferricks. Can they get up for him?
Six more. There we go. That's a start. We need some luck here, the Seagulls. But remember, the clock is what probably may actually kill the resurgence. So, yeah, let's bang out a cliche. And this one is that the Seagulls need to score next and again and probably 5 times to make a contest of this. But anyway, first things first. It's in the hands now of Martin, and he'll go back in the field. It was Harlan Collins, and Collins will get to the 40. Smith pushes him down here. Will get up and play. Good. They're winning the wrestle again, the Normanby Hounds, as they go to the right-hand side. Centre of the park. Straightens the play there as Tumavave, and Tumavave will stand and tackle. Drives with the legs. Good work there for Tumavave. Almost gets to the 30-metre line. Numbers to the right-hand side. He goes that way now. There's Tahiri. Short ball. Charging onto that now as Mago might be out there. I'll just double-check on that number. A long way away here. And Sam Gardel's the tackler.
Falcarfer out there on the right-hand side.
Falcarfer, isn't it? Yep. Thanks, Cam. All right. So Cogheel probably needs to be a little bit more involved here, and that's just going to be picked up here. The chase, yeah, well, Coggeel's on his own here, but anyway, they're going to pick it up Taylor Brown right on the try line. So not a bad end of the set of 6. They probably went 80 metres.
Yeah, not a bad end of the set of 6, mate. I'm just looking at the benches here for both sides. I calculate they have about 6 interchanges left each. However, Wynnum have lost Trenery at half time. He looks to have done something to his face, or he's got a big ice pack hold up to the nose there. So we pushed Harlan Collins to the wing, to the centres, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, Tom Metcalf out on the wing and Kobe Martin out on the field as well for the Seagulls now because of that injury report there.
Taylor Brown on the sidelines. We've actually got the referee's commentator cans, I think, for this half.
There they are. Last play now for the Hounds. Back to that man Cooper again. Oh, that's going to be tough, John.
What a catch.
Does a great job.
Great catch down there and filing, and a good carry back through. Runs into Williams, and he'll get up and play it now. The Seagulls with some urgency. They run from dummy half here with Metcalf, and Metcalf, who was injured earlier, will get up right in front of the 40-metre halfway line, I should say, to the right-hand side for Carfer, and for Carfer gets across halfway, almost to the 40. Tackle there is Cooper, one-handed pick up here by Tahiri. Cooper grabs him, not before he gets the offload of Booth. Booth turns it back inside now, outside for Carfer. For Carfer is a little bit flat-footed, got some metres considering he was flat-footed. He'll get up and play it on the 30. Centre of the park, and Aaron Booth drops the cold play on. He's got to regroup now as Booth. He's going to lose the footy. I don't think it'll be an advantage in the scrum feed to Normanby. Yuck.
Well, I was just about to say, this is much better from the Seagulls. Good energy, chanting their hand with a bit of second face footy, but that pass there out in front of Aaron Booth, he had no chance of catching that. All they needed to do there was complete that set. It was going to Booth, but that pass, that was poor. That was really poor from the Seagulls. I mean, can't do those things when you're chasing 36 points.
It's interesting because when I was listening at halftime to Wayne speak to the Hounds about what Wynnum are going to do, he said they're going to soften the middle and attack short sides. And as soon as they got a bit of ball in hand, that's what they've done. It's a shame Booth has dropped it there to end the set, but
because they did look good in that set, didn't they?
They did. They did. Started with Spence with that hard running from fullback, and
like I said, I think we will see some more energy after that spray from Darren Ferricks at half-time from the Seagulls, but they've got to help themselves as well. They can't be giving the Hounds an easy option there of an error on last tackle.
Booth. Booth gets a shot there. I think might have been Tahiri initially there, and coming over the top of the finish there is Tumavave. Well, doesn't seem to bother him. Get out of my way. Big Dougie, Faiua. Gets up. He's done a lot of work in the off-season to get out here on the park in the A-grades now with Sam Gardel. So it's a couple of big damaging forwards here for the Normanby Hounds. That's a halfway line you can see is with Williams. Gives it off to James now. Tackler is Martin. Last one for the Hounds. James puts in the air, gets a bit of heat there from Robinson, but it's going to be Jaconia underneath, and he'll take it nicely. He'll run it back into the field of play. The chase wasn't as good. Gets away from Cooper. Fly arm throws it out. Just a lazy arm there from Lachlan Cooper. Not intentional, just reflexes, but when somebody's face is involved, it's a bit tricky.
I like some of these kick returns from the Seagulls back three so far to start this second half. That time it was Jaconia, and he just picked up the pace of the play straight away. Same with Spence on the one before that Taylor Brown alluded to. And now they've got themselves a penalty. They'll start this set inside the opposition half, and they'll look to try and post their own first points of the afternoon here.
Yeah, different lazy arm compared to what Taylor Brown's used to throwing out. No comment from our sideline commentator. As we see the
No comment.
Seagulls, you probably said that
I've been
in the
advised to
judiciary
say-
a few times.
I've been advised to say no comment and leave it at that.
Tahiri now, can the Seagulls get some points on the board? Tahiri, short ball here, almost a storm move, but I'll get up and play it here. The Seagulls to the right-hand side. Booth, cutout ball, gives it off to Maggie. Maggie will go back in the field, play, trying to get to the try line. It's going to be denied. Good defence in the end there by the Hounds.
Must have been close there, Lenny Maggie out on the right-hand side of the park there for the Seagulls. But again, better play from the Seagulls. They don't really need to force it, but as you can see here on the BRL TV replay, he had a bit of work to do and the Hounds just scramble, and their scramble's good enough to get him over the touchline there. But like I do say, John, they've given away the ball in the better position.
I was just going to ask you, I don't think they needed that cutout pass.
I don't think he did.
You know what I mean? It's just losing too much width of the footy field. Just hang on there and work it up the middle. I know they've got some big forwards there, but if you're on the attack, just get those metres and get a kick chase in the corners there. But anyway, that's just me being critical. No look pass there from Williams.
I don't mind it though, because Lenny Maggie is such an attacking weapon. If you get him early ball, the way he was holding the ball with one hand and moving there, it was he's an impressive athlete, that's for sure.
Jacob Tunge is still going as Jacob Tunge. I thought about getting the offload there, but Tunge will take that tackle underneath three Seagulls. One of those is Martin, the halfway line just in front of him, trying to get 6 more to go here. So he milked it well to Jacob Tunge, gives it off to Cooper. Cooper almost gave it to Benai Bowie, who caught one in the chin in the instance. I think Cooper does realise it's the last, and Cooper's going to fall over. Play on. Well,
No, he tried to milk it there.
He did, but anyway, how many more tackles do you want, Lachlan Cooper? You're leading 30-0. Come on, make a contest of it, sir. As the Seagulls defend again, 25 metres out from the try line, to the right. Big goal! Look for the intercept there. That's going to be 6 more with Sam Gardel. Sam Gardel playing fullback there, picks up the scraps there. Coghill put the kick in, and Coghill goes out the top of there on Sam Gardel. Gets another 6 more penalties, 6 more tackles here now to the Normanby Hounds from an infringement. I think it might have been from Coghill, but anyway, the Hounds have still got the footy. 12 out from the try line, 5 more tackles to go on this set. It's with Lachlan Cooper, allowed run, and short ball gives it off now through to Wolski, and Wolski does all he wants. Almost gets to the chalk here. Wolski 5 metres out. The Hounds making some replacements because Sam Gardel comes to the sideline. Done a great job with Sammy. They'll get up and play it right on the chalk here again. The Hounds threatening to put some more points on. Dummy half. Benai Bowie. Couldn't see for the magnificent good-looking Resi Phillips who walked in front of my line there. But anyway, he's looking terrific, is Resi. And the Seagulls still defending here. This is better set defensively here from the Seagulls, although field position-wise it doesn't look pretty. Waiting for a turn here as Kernoth gives it off now to James, and James puts a kick in here. It's going to be picked up and easy as you like. Between the legs, might have been a bit of tunnel ball, Brad Talon, if you're watching.
Well, it's the Normanby Hounds again. As you said, John, you alluded to it. The Seagulls were really up for that defensive set on their own line there. But again, it comes from the last play. It goes to their halves again in Josh James. They've been controlling things so well. He puts it on his right boot. And who else but is there to score the try? Jack Smith, the leading try scorer for the BRL competition. He gets a double. And here at BERT St Clair Oval, it's gone out to 40 points to zip here. And it's becoming somewhat of a bloodbath at the moment. We'll go to Taylor Brown's sideline. But again, Taylor, it's just the Hounds. They're doing everything right. You just can't seem to stop them at the moment. Even when the Seagulls defend well on their own line, he stabs a little kick through the back and they get over the try line again.
Yeah, they are doing everything right. They're completing and they're competing hard in every play. It's a lot to do with how well they're playing, but also Wynnum haven't been at their best today, that's for sure. Some of the choices made in those defensive sets, going for intercepts and things like that, not picking up and on cleaning up on those grubbers. I hope Wynnum use this game as a bit of a benchmark for the rest of their year as they search for going for a back-to-back premiership, because they are a great football side, and this is certainly not a representation of their club as a general.
Absolutely. So, Tunge. He's had a bit of practice here this afternoon. He's on his good side on the right-hand side of the post here. Now the last one. In off the post. Can he do it again?
Very, that old chestnut. Somebody faked the cough in the Wynnum dugout trying to put Jacob Tunge off, and it worked. But anyway, this game, I was going to say, I was just going to say, Taylor Brown, the Seagulls very kind words there, but I do believe, I think you had a sniper's red dot on your front of your shirt then while you were being very very kind to the Seagulls, mate. Just obviously saving what might have happened. But you're right, the Seagulls, they're not at the top of the table for any reason. The Hounds have just been out. Everything the Hounds have done, they've done right. Everything the Seagulls have tried to just come off badly. And one of those nicely taken. See, now that would have been knocked on by the Seagulls. Just they had the lucky big shot there coming. Well, somebody's out there with some angry pills here. We're going to see who it is. It might be actually the winger. I think is no, it's in the big 15.
We've got Jaconia gone back to fullback now as well. Dane Spencer's gone off the field.
Tumavave came in with a big shot here.
Darren Ferrix has also moved himself to the back of the field to try and get a better look at his side and see what they can improve on for the back end of this match and going in towards next week.
There is a body of water down there, so just keep an eye on him. He hasn't got his floaties on. He cannot swim, big fella, but we'll see what he can see from the back. They'll get up and play in the halfway. The Hounds, okay, here we go now. Is this something that might work for the Seagulls?
Well, this will give them a chance, John. I mean, they've got no points so far, and they'll just want to get a bit of respectability back into this contest now. So the more points, the better. We know how for and against can play in this competition usually, John. It's such a tight competition, so all these points are valuable for the Hounds and also for the Seagulls coming back into this match. We saw a 70-0 last week. That's huge for the West Brisbane Panthers. I think it lifted them up from 5th or 6th in towards the top 3. So for and against is massive in this comp because of how tight it is. So every point is valuable.
Jaconia does a little bit of a goose step here, so they hung off him for a little bit here. Gets across the 40. Dummy half is Metcalf. To Mavave. Been destructive defensively. Draws 3 defenders. That's a long time before he got up there. But anyway, play on is with Booth. Shapes the pass, gives the ball eventually to a ball runner. Gets the 20. Tahiri, a dummy half. Cogheels to the left, but he goes to the right-hand side, and Booth starting trying to inject himself in the play. He was spinning and turning his Lenny Maggie. Lenny Maggie must be getting close to the chalk in the far right-hand corner here at BERT St Clair Oval. Booth. Oh, not much structure here. It's with Tahiri now with Coghill. And Coghill will give it off to Robinson, and Robinson will try to go between a couple of forwards. He's going to deny any further progress. Last tackle now here for the Seagulls. They haven't scored any points here. Dart from dummy half here from Coghill. Coghill get close to the try line. There's almost a one-on-one strip here, and he's going to lose the footy in the end. They're good defence from the Hounds. They haven't given up, even though the score is 40 zip.
Yeah, dangerous from Kyle Coghill there, working a short blind side, and they just numb it up really well again, the Hounds, as you can see on the replay here. Still had a bit of work to do, Kyle Coghill. Tried to sort of spin and get his body to the other side, but eventually couldn't find the pass, and the Normanby Hounds evade that attacking threat again.
I have to admit, Cam, I was very impressed at half-time when I heard Wayne talk about standards in defence and things like that.
Yep.
Those words, it means they've got together as a group and they've decided this is what we expect of each other and this is what we're going to hold ourselves accountable to, and they've showed it today.
Absolutely. It's easy to drop off when you lead 40-0 and let a sneaky couple of tries in, but they haven't done that here, the Hounds, and they continue to just roll up the field, as we can see on this set. And at the back end of this, they'll be attacking the line again. Reece
Melville with a good carry there. So the halves combining, James to Cooper, and Cooper is going to be tackled. Rare, that's probably the second time he's been tackled all game by his own choosing, just to try and keep them guessing. Slow play the ball here from Cooper. Benaiah Bowie gives it off to Uea. Uea stands in the tackle, already got one try, reached out there on a beautiful try before half-time. We'll get up and play. Breeze picking up here at BERT St Clair Oval. Plenty of product in the hair of Taylor Brown, mind you. That's not going to worry. Oh, collision over in the corner there as Harlan Collins comes up with a footy.
Jaconia is down too. Collins and Jaconia just both had eyes for the pill there, and Jaconia is up now, so that's good news for the Seagulls.
Yeah, they took Spencer off, and I don't believe they took him off for injury. I think it's one of those situations where if a player's coming back, hasn't played much football, they have limited minutes just to test him out. So it would have been interesting if they lost Jaconia, who would go back there, because I think they'd be reluctant to put Spencer on.
When the ruck, you can hear it. They want to quick play the ball, which is always a feature of the Seagulls, especially up the middle. There's 6 more now to the Seagulls. Hounds are in a little bit of a bunch. Jack Smith is the right wing. He's actually about 20 metres in from the sideline here, but I don't know if they've woken up. They're going to come to this blind side now, but they've already fixed that. The Hounds just showing on the sideline. Halfway line hasn't been crossed yet by Wynnum Juniors. Tahiri screaming for a penalty. He's going to slowly get to his feet as Corey Davis. Coghill Booth. The halves are on the right-hand side. Jaconia has gone into the centres, gives the offload now to Maggie, and Maggie, they're going to lose the footy. Well, you heard that, and that is going all around the ground, that noise.
Well, they had the movement set out long to the right-hand side there. They had players in motion, as you can see on the BRL TV replay here, but it's Metcalf who just tried to find his wingman there, and Collins it was out there, but it was just all too close to the touchline, and they kind of just gave him a little nudge over, and that's all it took for the Hounds to get the ball back in their hands.
Jacob Tunge. Still goes Jacob Tunge. Rolls around. Lovely little waltz there. And Cotoloni.
They're going to set restart as well here.
Oh, good pick up there by Kernoth. Good flexibility. At his shoelaces, and he's able to pick it up and hang on to it. Uea. Plenty of metres here, Uea. Loses the footy. Is there an arm in there? Yes, the referee says so. Another penalty, 10 out for the try line.
Good sportsmanship as well there. Uea has gone down for cramp, and I think it was Corey Davis out there holding his leg up for him. So it's good to see as well from the lads.
Corey was twisting it as well, but that doesn't matter. It's all good.
Thought that counts,
Thought
mate.
that
Thought that counts.
Yeah, I shouldn't look at the negative side of things. Thanks, boys. Taylor Brown on the sideline, Cameron Angle, myself, John Devine here, BRL TV. Lots of experience on the field, lots of experience on the sideline here. There's three of us have probably called over 200 BRL games. Here they go, the Hounds again. Just as easy meters as you like. Quick play the ball, easy as you like. Darts over and scores a try there. There's Josh Williams. And Williams gets a try for his side.
Yeah, we'll put it down to Mason Trapp there. Just that quick play the ball had everyone on the back foot. They were right on the try line. We have a look at the replay here. No one's there. That's how quick the play the ball was. And then Williams just goes bang off his left foot, scores a nice little try from a metre out. And the Normanby Hounds, they're chasing the 50 here, John.
Let's get Taylor Brown. You were close, mate. Thoughts?
Yeah, I'm nice and close down here on the sidelines, and they've just kept that physicality up that we talk about week in, week out, this Normanby side, as we see Aaron Booth being called out by the referee.
We might have a listen to this, shall we?
Yeah, let's have a listen. We'll go there.
Oops.
You won't win that one, Aaron. I've tried.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, how would you know?
Yeah, I've tried. You don't win them once.
All right, Taylor Brown. Well, what's Aaron Booth's beef there?
Mate, I don't know what's the bee in his bonnet. He was speaking a little bit about marker infringements, etc. The highlight of that conversation was how it was dealt with by Schwass. I feel he's done a good job this afternoon, I felt, and he dealt with that very well. So you're never going to win any brownie points with the referee, and at 50-0 down, it's not going to matter this week anyway. So yeah, indicative of the Wynnum Manly Seagulls afternoon, I think, looking for an excuse.
Well, I think they're probably just looking for a slow down the play, regroup.
As Metcalf comes off the field as well.
Yeah, a few changes coming here for the Seagulls.
Anyway, Jacob Tunge is lining this one up. So I preempt the old scoreboard. 44 with a kick to come.
I said they'll chase in the 50. Big kick coming up here for Tunge. Can he make it the big 5-0 in the Wynnum Seagulls? The donut. He makes no mistake with that one. And they head out to a 50 points to 0 lead here. Who would have thought that coming into round 7? Top of the table clash. These two sides have been excellent all season. There's no way anyone could have predicted this one, guys.
Well, if you're a racehorse, you'd be asked to produce a sample. And
You
it
look at
isn't excessive use of the whip, although at half-time if Darren Ferrick's had one, we might have seen a few stripes passed around.
You look at the quality of this Seagull side and you just think, how have a side put 50 on them? I mean, Coghill getting us back underway here. You know, you got Medcalf on, to here, Aaron Booth, their skipper.
Spence.
Jaconia, Dane Spencer. Like, they're such quality players. I can't see how a team, and I suppose that speaks for the volume of this Normanby Hound side, how good they are, how someone could put 50 on them.
Maybe they need the whip. And borrow one off you, John. You've got a couple at home there, don't you?
I have indeed. Right next to the pole. Hounds.
Yeah, there's an error.
Looking forward to Mad Monday for the commentators already.
Oh, yeah. You know it. All I need is a turret and you can turn back time. So the Seagulls, well, they got a chance here. We're talking about Lachlan Cooper a little bit, Taylor Brown. We talked about Benai Bowie and obviously James. But I really like the workload, the forwards from the Normanby Hounds. Jacob Tunge has been outstanding as a back rower. We've got Sam Gardel when he was on there, but Kernoth, Tunge, Melville, Ali Murray's driving around the park. Big Dougie was out there. I've got to give a bit of credit to the forwards who've actually outbashed and won the wrestle in the middle of the park.
Yeah, they have. They've won it pretty comfortably, and I've actually been surprised at how little Alejandra Mara's played today, and that just shows so much faith in Williams.
Yep, absolutely. I agree with you. Spot on there, Taylor.
Seagulls. Now, this is get almost to the 20. Martin, dummy half. Coghill turns it back inside to Corey Davis, waiting for him, and a good shot there from, I think it might have been Trapp. Martin again finds a forward runner, and they're starting to combine with Booth to the right. Jaconia goes behind him. He's going to be dived on the end there, and will be before he gets absolutely smashed is Maggie. A shot there from Uea, I think it might have been. He'll get up and play. He still has the footy, but he has no idea where he is. Last tackle now here for the Seagulls, yet to put some points on the board. Last week they didn't let Valley score. Booth has been taken out and back play here. It's been picked up nicely by Lachlan Cooper, and Cooper will try and get away. Still going as Cooper gets the offload here. The Seagulls, well, they're half of them back. Now they're all back on side here, but Lachlan Cooper, what a return chase.
Yeah, well, he can't do anything wrong out there this afternoon, John. He's not the fastest player as well, but the Seagulls made him look fast there. A nice little sneaky line break to go along with the other stats piled up he's got this afternoon. Here goes Jack Smith into the line.
Well, I called him beforehand. He's one of the greatest players ever to play the AFL, and that is Gary Ablett Jr. He looks a little bit like him from the sideline, Lachlan Cooper. But that pick up on the half volley there and bring it back into the field of play was very, very AFL-like and very, very skillful. And for mine, I did say this, and I will pat myself on the back end, I do believe he is the form player of the competition. Referee's going to... You need the old spray can where you want it. Tunge.
Back to Cooper, mate. I feel like we're looking at a player that would fit in the Intrust Super Cup very well, and if it wasn't for the circumstances at the South Logan Magpies, he...
With the Bronx,
Yeah,
totally.
He's just such a quality player. The way he directs, the way he leads, his kicking game.
Last tackle here for the Hounds is now hands of James. Puts that one high. Jaconia, pretty safe last time. We're safe again here. He'll run back into the field of play. He'll be tackled. But the thing about Lachlan Cooper, you've got to admire the man. A lot of guys, you probably start kicking rocks and throwing the dummy out the cot and the lip out because they've been dropped. But he's just actually driven this side around the park. He's loving his foot. He doesn't care whether he plays BRL, under 13s or Cup. Well, and that's credit to him.
To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him get the call up next week now with Tom Dearden confirmed going to the Cowboys with that early release from the Broncos. So I wouldn't be surprised if Cooper gets the call up, and there's just an error that compounds Wynnum's day today, wasn't it, guys? I mean, there's a small attacking chance there, and the ball goes forward there from Falcafa.
Yeah. Taylor Brown, you were right there, mate. You could have caught that one and made a bust.
I almost did catch that one, except I was preoccupied with this touch judge mullet here. Have a go at it in the background. That's outstanding. I feel like I can touch it from here.
Get an offcut. See if we can craft it. Or what do you do with an offcut?
When he runs past, I might be able to get a little touch, actually.
There you go. He does move pretty fast. We'll come back to you shortly, Taylor.
The beauty of sideline commentary.
As we go back live.
Love it.
The Hounds have got the footy again. Here we are. So for me, where they are in the field was with Lachlan Cooper. 44-0 the score.
Is it? My apologies, might have got that wrong.
Oh,
Jack Smith now
with
down the sideline.
Well, presence of mind there, Smith, go back into the field of play here and probably saved his head getting knocked off, but also going into touch here as the Seagulls try to drive him across the chalk. Slow play the ball from Smith. James. Melville, look at Melville. He's carrying it up this tackle like he was in the first minute as Melville. James back in the field play, spinning and turning. Commando roll, looks beautiful. Last tackle. Get that clock set for you shortly. It was with Williams. There you go.
There's probably the worst thing the Hounds have done all day, and they've a little bit too much wheat bix on that kick there, and they'll give the Wynnum Seagulls a 7-tackle set here as they come away with the ball in hand. Oh, good tackle as well from the Hounds in the face of the Seagulls to here at dummy half now.
15 to go, Cam. Sorry,
12
to go.
12 to go to here.
What do you make of the rest of this game?
Well, I think for the Seagulls, it's just about trying to get on the scoreboard here and put a bit of respectability back into it. I mean, it's hard too, but
you don't want a 50 for a start.
No,
and you don't
absolutely.
want a naught either. So you're spot on.
My apologies, I did call the 50 earlier. I got that one wrong. So it's 44 points to 0 here. Hounds over the Seagulls.
Not over yet.
Yeah, I think as a competition, we learn a lot about Wynnum in this next 10 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, I agree with that. And they copped a big spray at half-time. They haven't really shown too much in this second half, but let's see how they can finish here. Big kick coming up from Coghill.
Benaya Bowie flies, loses the footy,
Play
picked
on.
up here, play on. Seagulls are going to score, and over goes Jaconia, and they'll put their first points on the scoreboard, the Seagulls, from a handling error from Benaya Bowie, but
Well,
wow.
Why haven't they done more of this, John? We know how windy it is. We spoke about it pre-game. Taylor Brown gave us the weather report and expected the back three of both sides to get hammered with these big swirling bombs. We saw it there from the Seagulls. An error from Benaya Bowie and Jaconia. You can't give him that opportunity. He'll take it with both hands every single time. We'll go to you, Taylor. Jaconia scrambles over for the try there, but you spoke about it pre-game. So did we here in the booth as well, talking about those high kicks, trying to take advantage of the wind. And the Seagulls have finally done it. A little bit late, but they got there.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, mate. I am surprised it has taken this long for Wynnum to catch on with the success that Normanby had early in the game. But, you know, it's a learning curve, and I'm just glad to see Wynnum get on the board and have a bit of success down this end of the paddock.
So, Jaconia will try and convert his own try. Seagulls, actually I might just check that out. Next week they will take on the Beanley Pride at home at Kitchener Park. Roosters will take on Normanby up at Brighton. Pine Rivers will host the Panthers. Carina will take on Blimmer, and the Diehards will have the bye.
Stay tuned on the BRL Facebook
Conversion
page.
successful, yes.
And the website for all of round 7 results and all of the round 8 matchups coming up next week as well. Our game of the round this week was this one, top of the table clash. Wynnum Seagulls, Normanby Hounds, but unfortunately Normanby Hounds, it's been a masterful performance, hasn't it? Just everything's gone their way. We can't keep complimenting these halves. They've just done everything right. And they continue on here.
So into the sun, Booth is underneath it. He's got some bruises on him, Aaron Booth, mentally as well as physically. He's scarred man is Aaron Booth. He's dropped a couple of pills. He's got absolutely smashed, and his side has actually got slaughtered here by the Hounds. The dish lickers have just actually dined out on Seagull here this afternoon as we see the Seagulls try and get some momentum going. It's funny what happens when you score a try. Well, while they're talking to the referee, they could probably play the footy and get some momentum going, but that's just me. The Seagulls on the 40. Looking for a penalty, but it's going to be in the hands of that man, Coccolone.
Jaconia and Maggie have been the shining lights of Wynnum today. I think Maggie's been dangerous when he has the ball in hand out wide there. And Jaconia, I know he's been forced to the wing early to make way for Spencer, but he's been probably a bit more, attacking.
Look out, look out. Oh, he's offside.
Ball.
Well, not accidental offside, didn't get the penalty, but right in front. So the Seagulls, Aaron Booth, he got a call from the left-hand side in Coghill for a kick over the top here, but he wanted a bit deeper. But in the end, it's going to be They might have got a penalty. Not that makes any difference. Well, they tap restart, but I'd probably prefer a scrum.
Yeah,
play.
It's nice to start your play middle of the field from a scrum. You see a lot of tries scored from scrums as well, but I feel just off the back of that play as well, from Booth to kick to Coghill, when the Seagulls have played at their best this year, which has been a lot of occasions, they're not unbeaten until today for that reason, is when those two link up. Now off the back of the scrum is Falcafa.
Falcafa will go over and score. Did he hang on to the footy? The referee will say yes. So will the touch judge. 4 more points.
Well, that was all too easy from the Seagulls. We haven't seen that at all this afternoon from the Normanby Hounds, but we have a look on the BRL TV replay here. It is off the back of the scrum, as we spoke about, guys, but Falcafa just puts a bit of footwork on, gets rid of 1, gets rid of 2, and manages to get over the try line here. So this is what the Seagulls want. They've responded now, Taylor, getting a few points on the board and finishing this match quite well.
Yeah, I like Falcafa. I really do, mate. He's been very strong for Wynnum for a couple of years now, and he's got great hands out on that left edge. He's very deserving of a meat pie there. It's good to see Wynnum Manly come back again and continue their try-scoring ways. Hopefully we see a bit more excitement from him in the back half of this game, and we'll go from there.
So 44 points to 10. Kick to come here for Brandon Jaconia, one of the try scorers for the Wynnum side. Goes through his processes here.
What I want to know is, why is the back rower not in the scrum? Hasn't he got to be in there to push?
Times have changed, John. Times have changed.
Jeez.
What are you talking about, a push?
Yeah, exactly. You get 10 in the bin for that. Probably conversion successful for Jaconia, so 44 points to 12.
Yeah, see, one more here for the Seagulls. You start looking at that scoreboard and thinking, oh, well, it's not too bad, you know. Wynnum have got 3 on the board. not saying they're going to come back, but I mean, like, a little bit of respectability for and against, it's going to help them as well.
As we see the trainer for Wynnum Manly Seagulls absolutely wrapped with the second try.
Karen Brady, thrilled. So the restart, Booth takes it. I was just going to ask you, Tahiri, they're going to put it through the hands with Robinson now, with Jaconia. There's going to be 3 players coming towards him. Jaconia will take it. So they're going to play some enterprising footy here. Throw it around, why not? What do you got to lose? Robinson's with the footy. Probably not going to get a pass off Robinson, but he'll get a few metres under the belt. Gets across the 40. Quick play the ball here. This is what it should have started the game off. It probably did actually start off. It seems so long ago here. Probably about 44 points ago, actually. He's with Aaron Booth looking for an offload there, but he's going to be actually smashed into the BERT at CLAIR Oval Park right in the middle of it. Tahiri wants a penalty, doesn't get it to the right-hand side. Forwards combining is with Fatahefi, I should say. He will get up and play it slowly but surely. Losing a little bit of momentum. It's with Aaron Booth now. Turns back the other way to Jaconia. He's all over the place now. Jaconia, I don't know where he's supposed to be playing, but he's going to do what he likes. Last tackle now here for the Seagulls. They're on the 30. Booth puts it in the air. Little kick in here. It's right in the gap here. It's going to be taken in the end there by Benaiah Bowie. Benaiah Bowie in broken play here. Just gets knocked off balance.
He could have been away there. Poked his nose through. He would have been tough to stop if he got through the line there.
Well, actually, I saw a foot race between him and Benaiah Bowie, and I'm just trying to remember used to play fullback for the Ipswich Jets, end up at the Northern Pride and got in a little bit of trouble. I'm just trying to remember his name now. He's got 2 brothers. He's with Jacob Tunch now, but Benaiah Bowie certainly got some wheels.
Not Marmon Barber.
Exactly, that's who it is.
Yeah.
Well done, Cam.
Young Marmon.
Yeah. You obviously didn't play in the forwards as much as Taylor Brown, to remember that. And fall back inside. It's Benaiah Bowie's with the foot. He gets away. There's Benaiah Bowie. Still going Bowie. Weaving, ducking, tackle.
Tackle.
Jaconia. Try-saving
tackle.
1 metre out. Last tackle now here for the Hounds. 1-on-1 strip. Pops it out the back end. Netball style. Play on the referee. Still the last tackle. It's with the man Smith.
Oh!
What a catch.
He's got himself a triple, Jack Smith. The referee's going to point to the spot. Yes, sir. Wow, the Normanby Hounds. You thought it was done and dusted after that try-saving tackle from Jaconia. But look at this from Josh James. Sums up the situation. Sees Jack Smith's got a bit of space out there. He gets his hands to the pill first and does a great job to slam it down and score his 3rd. Well, I did say earlier Henderson Godfrey caught him, but he's skipped away again here, Jack Smith, to the leading try scorer of the BRL Premier competition. And that might put the icing on the cake here for the Normanby Hounds.
What a kicking game from Josh James today. What a kicking game. Just super impressive.
There's another one that could potentially get a debut in Cup as well for the South Logan Magpies. Josh James, contracted by the Brisbane Broncos, of course, and they've had a wow of a game. I don't know if you can pick either of them for man of the match. I mean, who do you pick out of this whole squad, realistically? Everyone's had a great game.
For mine, Cooper. I can't go past him. He's been exceptional today.
Yep.
So this,
Jack Smith, 3 tries, worth a shout as well, Taylor. Henderson Godfrey's got a double out wide.
Yeah, I think Jack Smith's been impressive as well. He took a few really tough carries in the middle. He's not just scoring all the pretty tries.
yeah, but Jack Smith, he was pretty quiet. Remember I said we haven't heard from him. Then he scored a try after about 15 minutes, and by then Lachlan Cooper had sort of invaded the Seagulls territory with their nest and just absolutely threw sticks out and everything, eggs.
Big kick coming up here. You know what they say about if you concede 50 points? Not just in the NRL either.
What?
You
really?
can't win the comp.
You can't. Ooh. All right.
So that rules out Balimba last week, John.
That does.
Seagulls. They'll be wanting him to miss this one, but it's a nice looking strike there. Tunge makes light work of that one.
Mate, I missed this in my research into the game, but does Jack Smith ride on horseback from Toowoomba all the way in every week? Have a go at the bowed legs on him.
I think you're right.
You seen what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's walking on a couple of bananas there.
Absolutely.
Why are people so unkind? I mean, hang on a second. Remember, Forrest Gump couldn't do any of that sort of stuff either, you know? Until he broke his braces off.
Here's Rangi Huna with that first charge of this set, and he goes down with a bit of cramp as well. He gets up and plays the ball as soon as the referee called the time off. We play on now with Trap.
90 seconds to go. Seagulls can't wait. Back to Kitchener. And refeather for next week against Beenleigh. There are other games this afternoon to round out round 7. Here's Melville again. Been very impressive, Melville. Gets the offload to Benai Bowie. Now it's with Lachlan Cooper. Look out. Here we go. Uia gets the offload again, and the referee's going to say it's a forward pass.
Well, under a minute here. They won't be in any rush to pack this scrum down, both sides I would assume, but you can see there from the Normanby Hounds, right to the last minute, they're testing the Seagulls defence. They're playing with that second phase footy. You can hear the siren now. What a remarkable performance from the Normanby Hounds here. We'll go to Taylor Brown just to get his final thoughts from the sideline. Like I said, Taylor, exceptional performance from the Normanby Hounds, and a lot to work on here now for the Seagulls as well.
Super impressive, Cam. We came to this ground today wanting to find out how the ladder's going to turn out and who's going to impress us the most out of these undefeated sides, and Normanby have just been up to the challenge from the get-go. Really excited to see how they progress into this competition and continue on their ways as we see the form of Cooper, James continue to grow and possibly play himself into Intrust Super Cup gigs.
Absolutely. We'll head back to the booth. Cameron anchor John Devine here. We thank Taylor Brown for his work on the sideline this afternoon. But the top of the table clash, John, I mean, did anyone expect the Normanby Hounds to roll out like that and just do a job on the Seagulls? They're back-to-back premiers, the Seagulls as well. They're a tough outfit, and the Normanby Hounds, in the end, they made light work of them.
The Normanby Hounds played mistake-free footy. They played possession. They played everything right. They didn't throw out long cut-out passes, any offloads. All the passes stuck. They were right in the right spots. A lot of the Seagull passes were out in front. Booth, obviously had a couple of problems knocking those on. And they won the wrestle up the middle here. When Melville and Tunge got on roll, along with Uia, Kernoth, Big Davey Foe, they won the wrestle in the middle there, and they just got momentum. Normally did a Seagulls on the Seagulls by just actually picking up, rolling up the middle of the parky. Then they got Cooper and James out the back with their kicking game was absolutely pinpoint every time. Wherever they put it, they were able to find a man, whether it be Godfrey, Booth, Smith, anybody out wide there. Cameron Booth went a little bit quiet in the second half, didn't have to do too much here. But for mine, I thought, Lachlan Cooper just, he was... Yeah, I think if Lachlan wakes up in the morning and says, I'm going to win a game of football, they win. He almost reminds me of Greg Inglis. Depending on how he wakes up in the morning, he says, I might win this game of footy today. And he did so. But I'll get you a man of the match. I think you've gone for Lachlan Cooper, Taylor.
Yes, mate. Lachlan Cooper for sure.
Did I?
Yeah, hard to argue there with Lachlan Cooper as well. His halves partner, Josh James, did a good job. Jack Smith scoring 3 tries. As you said, Cameron Booth had a good first half. Henderson Godfrey scored a double as well. But yeah, all in all, I'd round it out going with Lachlan Cooper. Great match, great performance from the Normanby Hounds here at BERT CLAIR Oval as well. It finishes Normanby Hounds 50, the Wynnum Seagulls 12.
Yeah, big one there for the Normanby Hounds, and we'll just go through the try scorers for you. 10 tries to 2. Aliana Murray, Cameron Booth, Henderson Godfrey got a double. Uia Cooper a try. Jack Smith got a treble. Williams got a try, and 6 from 10 from Jacob Tunge. And then for the Seagulls, and tries to, I think, Jaconia and Fukafa.
Yep.
And 2 from 2 there for Jaconia, the kicker, and give you a scoreline of 50 points to 12. We bid you farewell. We hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. BRL TV will be back next week. Where and when, you just don't know where we'll pop up. But Taylor Brown, thanks for your involvement. Cameron Angus, always been a thrill calling football with you guys. And listen, thank you very much for your time this afternoon, and we'll see you again soon.
Absolutely.
Those of you who would like to see Taylor Brown in the wild, you can probably find him outside a kebab shop at 3 o'clock in the morning, whistling Dixie.
Everyone that loves me, like this post. Sideline commentating, get me back.